Oh god, it's been way too long since my last full-length commentary. Let's see what I can find. Wait, what's this? Oh, this should be fun. Okay, this is too easy.
I'm okay. I just can't feel my lower body.
Oh, Ifrit.
Yes.
Do you wanna do a co-op?
Nope. 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 No. We are not doing that.
Okay, fine. But do you want to do a co-op though?
Depends. What did you find?
This.
Oh, God. Okay, this is just too easy.
That's what I said.
Ah, to hell with it. Count me in.
Okay, 1.
Really?
Hello guys, Teddy Bear here. Today I will make some sort of small rant video about those guys that play Five Nights at Freddy's for the popularity and afterwards trash talk about it.
Because playing a bad game to riff on it is totally an alien topic.
Ah, yes. The fanboy in its natural habitat. A nice break away from theorists, if I do say so myself.
I'm going to be talking today about the honest trailer of Smosh games. And I think it's okay to criticize a game. It's okay to say that it's bad, as long as you reason it. However, I saw the honest Five Nights at Freddy 3 trailer, and I have to say, these guys are just disgusting and they're really trash. I mean, just the way they talked about the game.
First of all, you say it's okay to criticize the game as long as they give good reasons. Say what you will about Smosh themselves, but as far as I'm concerned, they hit the nail on the head as far as Five Nights at Freddy's 3 goes. Hell, they hit the nail on the head as far as the entire series goes. I don't want to get into too much detail regarding my problems with the series, especially given how I haven't played the games for myself, but I've seen Markiplier's Let's Plays of the games, and the complaints in all of the Honest Game Trailers videos on the Five Nights at Freddy's games seem pretty sound for the most part. Second of all, I want to make a counter for this. Every time TeddyBear87 calls Smosh games trash, disgusting, or pathetic, take a drink. By the way, since he just used 2 out of the 3, we're starting with a double. Bottoms up, bitches!
Gail pretty much hit the nail on the head with this. But in my case, your behavior so far is very poor, if not embarrassing. I mean, let's forget the fact that it's Smosh we're talking about here. You're getting butthurt over a parody trailer. I mean, next you'll tell me you got mad how to make Five Nights at Freddy's not scary because it ruined the integrity of the series. Even as a fan of the first 2 games, I could say that the series isn't perfect.
And, first they're trash talking about the franchise, and afterwards they say like, oh well, we're making a living out of Five Nights at Freddy's games, but in order to sympathize with the majority, we're gonna talk shit about the game. Why not?
So, making a series of videos of the people of Smosh games playing through the Five Nights at Freddy's games and making Honest Game Trailers videos on the series equals making a living off Five Nights at Freddy's? Last I checked, their videos involving Five Nights at Freddy's only make up a very, 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 very small amount of the videos on the Smosh Games channel. How is that making a living off Five Nights at Freddy's? That would only apply if all or most of their videos are related to those games, which they clearly aren't, so I don't know where the hell you're getting this from.
I think these guys are just so disgusting and pathetic.
Is disgusting and pathetic the only insults you know of? Does your vocabulary not extend farther than that in terms of insults? Also, think to yourself, what if they just didn't like the game or series? I mean, good God, you're treating this like someone stole your bike. There's people that don't like certain things. Get over it.
I found it very funny that in the beginning of the video it says, brutal honesty, mature humor, and strong satirical content, while the only thing they actually did was insult it as crap or called it stupid.
Satire. Noun. The use of irony, sarcasm, ridicule, or the like, in exposing, denouncing, or deriding vice, folly, etc. All of the Honest Game Trailers videos on Five Nights at Freddy's ridicule the games, so yes, it technically does count as satirical humor despite your claims to the contrary.
I would have enjoyed it if it had any decent satire, but it's plain insulting. This is just so disrespectful towards Cawthon's artwork that he puts in as a single person.
Okay then, since you went there, I'll admit that I have to give credit where credit is due. As much as I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's, I do have to give Scott Cawthon props since he made all 3 games by himself in less than a year. However, the games also illustrate why having a partner, or even better, a team, working on these kinds of games is a good idea. When you do everything for this kind of project by yourself, there's bound to be at least one aspect of the project that suffers as a result. Cawthon could only do so much, so we got a horror game where most of the horror comes from jump scares and a bare-bones story that could have been so much better than what we actually got.
Disrespectful? I don't really think Cawthon cares about this parody, this one parody, might I add, that a group of people put together. And even though Cawthon was the only one that worked on it, that doesn't mean he should be shielded from criticism. But with how you seem to put this series on such a high pedestal, it wouldn't surprise me if you're blinded by fanboyism.
You guys can compare these games with games that developers bring out, and still the game is better than most horror games.
Wow, really? You're really going to go so far as to say that Five Nights at Freddy's is better than games like Silent Hill or Eternal Darkness? It'd be one thing if you specified that the series is better than most indie horror games or something like that, but you didn't. So I can only assume that you really didn't mean to say that this game is better than even many of the big-name horror titles. If that wasn't what you were trying to say, then your poor word choice really fucked up your argument.
It comes really close in my opinion to Amnesia and Outlast, some of my favorite horror games.
You really are a lost cause. To say that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is better than most horror games, and even coming close to something like Amnesia. No. No. I don't care if it's an opinion or not. I'm not gonna sit here and... So, Fatal Frames 1 and 2 can't compete with your oh-so-glorious Five Nights at Freddy's, even though they've got better atmosphere, plot, and scares. I'm Scared, and other pixel horror games can't compete, even though they've got better presentation and concept. Dream of the Blood Moon and SCP Containment Breach can't compete. Even without them being free, they are miles ahead of Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me tell you something. I would easily choose any of those games over Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Because the third game is easily the weakest. Compared to the other two, it's trash. Trash. I'd rather play Five Nights at Fuckboys over that. But of course, what am I saying? I just haven't played enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. I need an aspirin.
Yeah, I just think that this is so pathetic, guys. They even made a mistake while making the video. They say in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 there are fewer enemies, which is incorrect. There are actually more enemies than there were in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Professional research right there, guys.
But only one kills you, though. The rest are bloody hallucinations. How do you mess that up?
Yeah, but they're technically trying to stop you.
Nobody cares, Eggplant Wizard!
Well then. Anyway, yes. It's highly debatable whether or not you can even count the other animatronics like Freddy, Chica, and Foxy, precisely because they're hallucinations. The only animatronic that ever kills you is Springtrap. If you're going to claim that Smosh Games did very little research, then I can just as easily claim that you didn't pay as much attention while playing the game as you thought you did.
I also find it funny that they added Smike as one of those that overreacts as jump scares. I really think that his jump scares are not fake.
Joke. Something said or done to provoke laughter. Especially a brief oral narrative with a climactic humorous twist. Or the humorous or ridiculous element in something. An instance of jesting or kidding. Do you get it? It's supposed to be a joke! And even then, the jump scares lose their luster after the second night. They come too frequently compared to the last two. But hey, apparently this game was as good as Amnesia.
Continuing from Ifrit's point, I'm certain that at least some of those people were overreacting. I haven't played the game, so it might be different when you're actually playing the games, given how you're multitasking, but when I was watching Markiplier's Let's Plays, it didn't take long before he stopped reacting to the jump scares altogether. After a while, the only times I reacted to them were when I wasn't paying attention.
So, to conclude this video, the video that these guys made is just, you know...
What will he say about the video? Will it be A, disgusting, B, trash, C, insulting, or D, it's like Al Roker having sex with a Chinese midget dressed as Betty White? Text your votes now!
All of the above! Wait, what was that last one?
Plain insulting.
Congratulations! You just completed great quiz! Now go rest our heroes!
And it has nothing to do with, you know, satire or, you know, humor.
Stopping you right there. Satire. Noun. The use of irony, sarcasm, ridicule, or the like, in exposing, denouncing, or deriding vice, folly, etc. Okay, continue.
Or being honest, it's just plain insulting and, well, they don't even care anymore. They have 5 million subs, which is just...
Okay, did anyone else understand that? Because that just sounded like a bunch of gibberish on my end.
All I could get out of that was how they don't care about satire, humor, or honesty because they've gotten over 5 million subscribers, which leads me to assume that he's bitching about how Smosh Games has so many subs when they make this disgusting trash.
No, guys, if I turn big one day, I don't want to become trash like those people are, you know. Those people are really trash, and I haven't seen such a pathetic thing for a long time.
Hey, if that's what counts as pathetic, then I'd gladly take that over stuff like furries doing PowerPoint presentations over the fandom, and the pages, among pages of Tumblr SJWs, trying to remove fun from the internet and getting mad at the smallest of things. Your comment just set the bar of pathetic acts extremely low.
I know that people actually like to insult games or people on the internet at YouTube because it really, you know, is polarizing. And if you insult something in the internet, you get a reaction of it, and this is what the people want. They want you to, you know, get reactions, and that will help them to grow.
You do realize that what you just said showed how their videos do count as satire, right? Biting humor and thriving from both positive and negative reception is exactly how satire works.
So, thanks guys for watching. Tell me your comments about the Honest Game trailer. I will leave it in the description so you guys can watch it.
Ignoring the fact that you didn't even link the video, your comments in the comments section aren't really helping your case either. The fact that you were insulted by this shows how you can't take someone else's opinion about certain topics. And I don't know what's worse, your behavior or how people actually agree with this.
And yeah, I found it really disrespectful, and I really wonder what you guys will say about this, because as a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I just can't watch them, you know, say bullshit like that. I mean, at one point the guy even says, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 sucks, without no explanation or whatever.
Never mind the fact that they actually spent quite a bit of time explaining the problems with the game, such as nothing being explained in-game, the gameplay being the same as the last 2 games, and the absolutely convoluted trail of bullshit you had to go through to get the good ending.
The mind of a fanboy is a complicated one. Again, this just proves how easily insulted you are at broad statements. They explain well enough the problems with the game, such as how it's just a simple game of hide-and-seek, how the minigame sections are damn near impossible to get to, and how the game basically loses its charm quick. But that's just the haters talking. No, they can't have actual opposing opinions. Everyone must like it.
And they call that satire. That's no fucking satire. That's just fucking insulting.
Ugh. Satire. Noun. The use of irony, sarcasm, ridicule, or the like in exposing... Fuck! You broke the clip! Now I know how Rhino felt in his commentary on me when I broke his joke definition clip. I mean, I should be able to fix it, but wow! Anyway, all that's left is his outro, so with all that out of the way, let's give our final thoughts. This guy obviously has no grasp on what satire really is, and despite his claim in the beginning about how he doesn't mind people complaining about the game, provided they give good reasons for their complaints, he spends a lot of time bitching about how Smosh Games made fun of the game, despite the fact that they actually discussed aspects of the game which are a problem. So why exactly did Teddy Bear 87 complain again? Oh, that's right, it's because he's a whiny fan brat who's completely in denial about being a whiny fan brat.
This guy is the perfect example of a blind fanboy. He is easily offended by a video that was complete satire and put this series at high standards it doesn't deserve to be on. As a fan of the series, I can sit here and say that even with its good points, I would not call this one of the best horror games of all time. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 felt like it wasn't needed, and with what story it still needed to conclude, the game shouldn't feel that way. And yet this guy thinks it's better than the majority of horror games. If this has taught me one thing, it's that fan brats will never change.
Oh yeah.